Alright, class, our next project doesn't really start here. I just thought you'd like to look at something nice before I hauled you off and got you the materials you need for the next assignment. You'll notice there's this really cool swallowtail caterpillar growing in here. I hope you can see him. Yeah, he's right there. You see him? Yeah, now so the marigold I'm growing. And your stuff that you really want for this next assignment doesn't come from there. It comes from here. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to open the lid, and we're going to work with Detritus. Find something made of cardboard. We had, yep, Aldi pizza. That'll work just fine. So that's the first step in your assignment. Go find a piece of brown cardboard. Oh, all right. The next step in all of this is really simple. You need one of these, you need one of these, and you need to cut your fingers off. Now, that means that you never cut towards yourself like I'm doing right now. What it really means is keep your fingers away from the blade. I'm going to cut this out so I get something that looks like a flat piece of cardboard. I don't really care what shape it is. In the case of a pizza, it always comes out square, which is kind of fun because lots of what I do ends up square anyway, because, you know, that's me. Oh, wait. Anyway, there we go. Take that off. Now, again, be careful with these things. Put the blades through. Never take an X-Acto knife and go like this. You want to know why? Take a close look at my finger. You'll fillet it like every other artist who does that. So that's that step. All right, so here we are. We're ready for the next step, which is to do a drawing on this corrugated cardboard. So we're going to use black and white materials. So you can use like charcoal and chalk, which I have here. You could use black and white Crayola crayon would work really well and not be quite as messy. Unless, of course, you can't erase Crayola crayon. And then there's also the black and white oil sticks. I think there's at least a black oil stick on your materials list somewhere. So you can do that. But what we're going to do here is, if you haven't figured it out from the first two tonal assignments, we are going to draw both the highlights and the shadows, and that brown piece of paper, or that brown, in this case, brown piece of corrugated cardboard, is going to be our midtones. So what we're going to do here is rely upon the black to maybe give us, and I'm just going to draw a section here. I'm going to draw one of those openings in the brick to start with. And maybe that becomes more interesting than anything else I do. Right? There's a crack in the brick. I like that the brick has a big old crack in it. It comes up like so. Right? And then we get to... Okay, so there's a little edge there. It's a little too square there, but that'll work because it's all getting shaded, right? And so I'm going to come in, I'm going to shade some of this. And look, you can see the corrugation through the cardboard, which creates a very different texture than your paper did, right? All right. Yeah. And then there's some lighter tones. As I come towards that edge there, it gets a little softer than it does right here, where it gets very dark. And that suggests a space as well, right? I'm having fun now. Brick is sort of becoming my fantasy sort of place away from here. It's growing into something that's not just a brick. All right. Here, as I'm watching the light. Yeah, I hum when I draw sometimes. It's really annoying to other people. That's why artists keep a studio to themselves and all their bad habits don't come out in public. And then somebody invented the video camera and messed all of that up. There we go. Alright, come across like this, and this becomes the top. I don't know, maybe I smudge that with an eraser. How about we do that? Let's see what happens if I smudge it with an eraser, right? Yeah, look what the mark leaves now. That suggests a different surface here, doesn't it? If I pull that down a little bit, you see what I can do with that? Ooh, that looks cool, doesn't it? Cool. Do we say cool now? I don't remember. I'm so old. Stop worrying about what is. Take all the crud off the eraser and leave a little bit of tone, right? Told you, the eraser's a drawing tool, folks. And it leaves some really cool marks. If you let it. Okay, so I'm not going to do this too long, but I do want to catch that silly white wall behind the, because it makes this thing really weird. Now, somewhere I got a cleaner eraser. I'm going to use that to smudge with. Now, we're going to talk more about line quality as time goes on, but one of the things you should be aware of is that a crisp line suggests a crisp edge and a fuzzy line suggests a fuzzy edge. So if you want this thing to read like it's got a sharp edge to it, you should draw it as such, right? If you want it to read as though the edge is soft, then draw it that way. All right, so you sort of get the idea. I know it's creepy right now. It looks like two very scary eyes looking back at you. You can't tell it's a brick, which is a fine reason to stop right there. Now I could come back in and draw some whites in here and change the surface. Bear in mind that now I have a surface that's different. I'm not sure I want to do that. I think I like the dark being a little cleaner. So we're going to leave it that way. All right. All right. I still like the way this thing leaves downtown though. So does my finger at this point because I'm filthy. Yeah. So there you go, folks. How's it looking? Good. Good to go. That's where we spray fix it, like so. Isn't it nice to take a piece of garbage and use Degas mixture on it? Yeah. There you go, folks. One lesson.